beautiful Aquarians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with a little bonus reading. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam. Okay, let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, this is a little bonus reading for the next solar eclipse. It occurs on the 20th of April this year, and it's when the sun, the moon, and the earth align to create a total hybrid solar eclipse. And it is the rarest one of all. Now, it's often called the Ningaloo eclipse, which is an Aboriginal word describing elevated ground or land. And in particular, Ningaloo close to Australia is the best place to view it. Exmouth Peninsula, and it will be available to see for about 3 hours. Now, spiritually, it is a perfect time to align with your higher self and access higher frequencies for manifestation and for healing. You may also notice subtle changes in your behavior, your emotions, feeling a little bit more sensitive or emotional than usual. Actually, they want me to go one more, so I will. Also, you may notice pets and wild animals will feel a shift in the energy during the eclipse too. So they may be out of sorts or acting a little bit more erratically in their behavior. It too shall pass. Okay. Now, it is often noted that certain spiders would dismantle their webs during a solar eclipse and rebuild them once the eclipse passes. So it is noticeable that we all feel the shift, even on the most subtle of levels. Now, the alignment with the earth, the sun, and the moon actually represents a very powerful time of healing, dissolving differences and coming together as one, as well as activating our pineal gland for collective awakening. So some of you may feel compelled to enhance your spiritual gifts. If you're psychically aware, you may notice an increase in your gifts. And some of you who are just curious about any gifts that you may have, you may put yourself on a course of learning, or you may start to personally develop those gifts just after, excuse me, just after the solar eclipse. Okay. Now, also, it is worth noting that the eclipse, it is a little bit chaotic in its energy. So I'm not going to lie to you. It will be a bit of a bumpy time round about then, but it does bring major inspiration to overcome any obstacles, but it will drain your energy. So do protect your energy and make sure, the things that you give your time, your attention, and your care to are worth it and are good for you during this period in particular. Now, a new moon often coincides with a solar eclipse. So the next new moon, of course, will shift into Aries, and that puts your goals and your projects into tangible practice. So it's going to be a very productive time of getting stuff done. Also, there is a wonderful alignment with Pluto. So you may feel compelled to detox your body, your diet, but you'll start transforming areas of your life from the inside out. So opening yourself up to more meditation or quiet time. You'll be doing a lot more thinking, a little bit more soul searching during this period. It's a second lunation in Aries, so it is also a time of second chances. So if there's anything you feel in life that has passed you by, remember, what is meant for you will never pass you by. But if you've been feeling a little bit left out in the cold in some area of your life, whether it's love, whether it's career, opportunities, finances, whether it's friendships, or even an opportunity to reconnect to parts of yourself that you feel that you've detached from for a while, you actually will step into your power and you will relocate those areas and reconnect. Now, I don't care how old you are, if you're looking for love and you're vibing at a frequency to be open to receive, you will find love. So that's also important. Same with opportunities. If you're thinking about going back to college to learn something, if you're thinking about taking up night school, or even a course online to do when you've got some time and you're re-entering the workforce after a period of being out of it. The time period really stars the energy. So this is going to be a very positive time and a very successful and empowering time for you to step back into those avenues that you feel detached from. We do move into Taurus season. The sun moves into Taurus, so you will feel things slowing down a little bit in a very positive way, of course, because Taurus season is all about possessions, acquisitions, money, good fortune, and abundance, as well as opportunity. So you'll start to see a lot more quality opportunities come into your life rather than quantity. And if you're making purchases during this time as well, you'll be focusing more on quality. So you may buy something that's a little bit more expensive, but it is quality, so it will last a little bit longer. That is a Taurian influence in particular. I would say pay close attention to your immune systems during this time, because it is a heightened time for getting a seasonal cold or a seasonal bug, as well as high allergy opportunities. So just keep an eye on that as we move into Taurian season. Now Mercury retrogrades, and that's from the 21st of April. And it's right till the 14th of May. Now, Mercury retrograding is a little bit chaotic, especially for electronical gadgets. So if you have any devices, you may even notice already that like internet's not working so well, or emails are going into your spam folder, and they're actually quite important. So I would pay close attention to any of those areas. If you're expecting something, check the spam folder. Also, if you're sending anything in the mail, send it, tracked, so that you can find it, because this period can star or can influence lost items in the mail as well. So just look out for that. They're actually giving me the word passport right now, so this could be passport related for some of you if you're getting one delivered through the mail. Just watch out for that. That's coming through now. Of course, that one's not going to resonate for everyone, but they just gave me the word passport, and it was so random. It's not attached to anything. They just gave me the word. I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading, so maybe some of you need to look at the date on your passport to make sure it's in date for a trip that you're taking. But anyway, we will connect to that now in a moment. Also, I would say that because Mercury is retrograding in the sign of Taurus, it can lead to miscommunications in the financial sector, as well as changes in currency and alliances financially. We've already seen things happening before Mercury even retrogrades. You tend to feel the energy shift about 2 to 3 weeks before an actual celestial event, shall we say. So we've already seen, talk, of course, of digital currencies, and there are new coalitions forming at the moment in different parts of the world where they are trying to set up new currencies. So Mercury retrograde will actually influence that further. I would say it's a really perfect time for you to check in with your budget, check in with your finances, and protect all that you've worked for so far. I would definitely check the institutions where you house your finances, making sure that they're not linked with other institutions. Should you go over a certain amount, you would not be insured for both amounts. So I would just check those alliances, shall we say, and make sure that they don't share the same license, so that you are insured and that you protect all that you've worked for, just in case there was any economic fluctuation. Okay, and also if you live in an area that's prone to earthquakes, this time period can heighten tidal forces. So there's stronger increase and chance of a seismic event. So I'm not saying, I don't see like a big earthquake event, but I do see like little rumbles here and there. And I mean, the world is rumbling all the time. So that's such an obvious thing to say. But it is scientifically proven that during a solar eclipse, those movements are heightened. So I would just, pay close attention to that. I don't see anything major or doom and gloom. It's not all doom and gloom. I want you to be aware of that. Ultimately, this eclipse is really positive because it actually influences you to reassess your life and look at what you value most in your world and attract more of that, more of the good stuff. Okay. It actually opens up a very strong portal of higher frequencies to manifest. So I would literally write down a list of all that I want or I desire in life, and really feel that energy and harness that energy to shift and align with all that you desire to make it become a reality. Okay, so let's start with your first card. It is a Fool card. There's some area of your life where you just feel you need change. It's not that you need a do-over. Some of you may have been thinking, maybe if I started again, or you have a desire to, because I'm getting a sentence with this, which is, if I knew then what I know now, I'd be a lot further along the line. But you're meant to go through certain circumstances in order to learn. Unfortunately, we all have to learn certain lessons, and I feel like you're pretty exhausted with something. The Ten of Wands tells me that you've got a lot on your shoulders right now. You've got a lot going on, and you're trying to just make sure you get everything done. You may even feel like you're running out of time to do stuff, and you never have enough time for you. So, for example, if your career is going really well, and your love life might not be going so well, you may not have time for that, or you may look at your home space and like go, it's really cluttered right now. I haven't had time to clean. Maybe the other way around. You're more focused on love right now, and you're thinking you need to focus a bit more on career. I definitely feel like you're trying to find balance in your life, or find a pocket, a moment where you can recharge your batteries and really focus on your own needs, because I feel like you've been on the go. So even if you've been, for example, if you're retired or thinking about retiring and you think it's time to retire, you may feel it's a little bit overwhelming at first, because you may feel that you are in a different timeline than everybody else, whilst you are, slowing down to smell the roses and enjoy your time. I mean, I don't mean like you're doing nothing. You're going to be focusing on projects. I definitely see you having a lot going on. I see that, you're thinking about travel. You're thinking about entering into new arenas, new social groups, social settings, and, connecting to new projects that are really exciting. But some of you may be like, okay, I'm doing this, but my friend's not doing this right now. So it may feel a little bit alien as you sort of like, try to adjust to a new way of living. And some of you, for example, and this is not going to resonate for all of you, some of you may be going through major changes within your body, either to do with a hormonal change, whether it is to do with like things like menopause, or it is to do with thyroid, or it's to do with some sort of hormonal change that's going on with you right now. Or even if you've been going through a period of unwellness, you may be trying to make adjustments in order to, find that vitality, that motivation, and that strength again. And you just need to take stock and take time to heal. And, you need to embrace the changes, because the more you fight it, the more, of course, it will, they show me that it will get more difficult. Best thing to do is find a way to manage it. So I feel some of you are managing it. And if you're not right now, you're definitely going to go through a period of healing where you do manage it, and also you find a way to move through it. I actually see you move through it and be in control of it. So whatever that is for you, that's not going to resonate for everyone. I mean, it could be something like, I was saying the other day in one of the other readings, my knees, I can notice, I used to go jogging quite a lot, and I loved jogging, and, the impact on my knees, I'm really feeling it now that I'm a little bit older. So it may be that you're changing the way that you exercise, because certain things don't work for you anymore. And I don't mean like your knees don't work. I mean, they just are not like giving you the results that you had in the past. So it could be to do with diet. It could be to do with exercise routines. It could even be the way you work. There's something here that I feel you're trying to make some sort of adjustment and approach it in a different way so that it works for you, okay? It will work. I see it working for you, and I see you learning a little bit along the way. Now, coming away from that energy, the Fool card represents a new start in some area of your life. So I feel like you're opening yourself up to try and manage your stress levels, especially since the Ten of Wands there indicates that you've been doing a lot of heavy lifting in your life right now, and you may have felt there's a lot of responsibilities, and you're just exhausted with the way that the world is. Not just on a personal level, but you're just looking at everything and thinking, this is a lot. This is intense. Does it ever change? Well, on a personal level, it will change for you. I mean, the world has always been a bit of a crazy place, and we have ramped up that level of crazy in the last couple of years, to the point where you may be wondering, Is there any hope, or is there any change for the future that looks positive? Well, yes, there is, okay? It depends on how you look at it, and it also depends on the things that you ingest in your body. And that's not just food. That's, paying attention to all that you watch, all that you listen to, because you're informing your body now, and your mind and your spirit. It's really important, and this has come up for some signs, not every sign, but there is an indication here that if you're constantly listening to doom and gloom on the news or on, certain topics, for example, it will affect your energy and it will chip away at your spirit. So I want you to be aware of that. Of course, we all need to be informed about what's going on around the world and on a personal level as well. But if you submerge yourself in those things, then you will never see the positive and the beauty of the world. And there is a lot of that. It's just not reported on. So I just want you to be aware of that. I actually see a lot of you trying to get yourself more out into nature, and really some of you are booking a vacation or thinking about getting away, especially since your third house is activated during this solar eclipse. That is the house of communication. Now, this does star quick trips or getaways, so I feel that will really give you the rest that you need and a breath of fresh air so you can come back and approach your projects or your work environment, whatever it is that you want to connect to, your vision. As soon as you take that little break, it could even be like you're deciding to take a couple of days off work and not go anywhere so that you can just get yourself organized and get yourself straight. It doesn't always have to involve money getting away. It can be that you're just going to withdraw and take yourself off social media, not connect to any of your friends, just go off grid a little bit to just feel that bombardment of information, life, and everything going a mile a minute. You just are trying to find peace, a level of peace. So I definitely see your third house is going to be very relevant for you during this period. Now, also, the third house includes early learning. So some of you may be taking courses, whether it's online or you may be just advancing in some area of your life. It could be a personal growth course, spiritual retreat, or some course that helps you enhance your skills, or even teaches you a new craft that can help you as you move forward on either an ambitious vision that you have, or a career, or you want a promotion and a raise. So you're acquiring new skills in order to level up. Some of you are, I definitely see, a promotion available here for those who want it. And for those of you who are retired, I see some of you being a little bit more stricter with your schedule so that you don't waste time, and you can relax but also have a schedule. You can make sure that you are doing really interesting things that aid your personal growth and connect yourself to your higher spiritual practices in a deeper way. Now, the Fool card is a desire to have fun. Okay, the Fool card is always a reminder in the Tarot that there is hope. Take a chance, open yourself up to a new path, and you are guaranteed a new adventure. So I see you bringing a little bit more spontaneity into your life, a little bit more fun, a little bit more excitement there. And when you get the Fool card, this shows me that you have so much potential. Some of you may be beginning a new career, or you may be beginning a new path or a new project, and it's going to be so successful. It's going to bring a lot of reward and put you in a very strong position financially as well as emotionally. With the Five of Cups here, they're indicating there may be something that disappointed you, or someone who disappointed you, but you will see that it actually turns out perfectly. I do see a peaceful resolution to a situation. They're actually, I'm just connecting to something now. One moment, please. Okay, they're showing me a hanger, like, what you put your clothes on. So either you're literally listening to this reading and you're hanging clothes up in your closet. They just show me a hanger. My guides are giving me this energy of hangers representing family issues will be resolved and things will become warmer, is what they're showing me. So if you've been going through anything that's been a little bit difficult, someone's been very immature in their energy, I do see a peaceful resolution, and I feel there is a new approach available to this situation. Also, they're giving me that a hanger represents unexpected joy through good news. So I feel it's something you've been waiting for, though. I mean, the Three of Cups tells me there's celebration, for sure. So it's in the resistance position, so perhaps you've been waiting for it for a long time. But what I do definitely see here is that some of you have been in a solitary energy, or you've been off-grid for a little while. I mean, of course, it depends on where you stand in the world regarding the pandemic. Some of you may have already got back to normal life. Some of you may be a little bit cautious and not completely back to life. It depends on what pace you're taking it at, okay? For those of you who've been feeling a little bit isolated or on the outside looking in right now, things are going to change, and I feel that you're going to get back in the swing of things, and life starts to get a lot more positive for you as well. With the Fool card in this position, some of you have a real desire to open yourself up and launch something. So this could be a new idea or something that you've been busy with for quite some time, and it's been taking toll on your mind, on your energy, and you've been wondering, is it going to fail or is it going to be a success? Well, actually, I see the stars aligning for a success, a win for you, and I feel you've got everything you need to go forward. You're very talented, you're very gifted. The Three of Pentacles tells me that you are someone who is very creative and you have a lot of gifts, and that actually people talk about you behind your back and how talented you are, and when they actually say it to your face, they really mean it. So don't question it at all, okay? Now we do have the 10 of Wands here. It is in your first position, which is your protagonist position, and it's been a struggle, okay? They're telling me how strong you've been to overcome a lot. You have had a lot on your shoulders, a lot of responsibility. But now, after this solar eclipse, it's your time to breathe. It's your time to relax and take stock, take a step back in order to recharge your batteries. You've been given a very tough lesson to learn recently. And I know nobody likes to learn lessons, but we all have to learn them. But it's made you strong as a result, okay? Now, the 10 of Wands indicates that I'm getting two energies here. One of them is you're feeling a little bit burnt out, so you may have lack of energy, motivation, drive, or vitality right now, but you will regain that energy, and I feel there is something really wonderful to look forward to, even though you may feel there is not. You're like, where is that? Baba, show me. I can't see it. I can't see it. But the Five of Cups tells me that the universe is actually delivering what you truly desire in your heart, but the right circumstances have not arrived for it to show up for you. But it is here. It is here. It's coming for you. Just after the solar eclipse, I'm going to pull a card and see what that is, because it's a wish. They're showing me something you desire. Now, of course, everyone desires something differently, so please apply it to your circumstances. But it has been an uphill battle to get to where you want to go. For some of you, it may be that you are trying to relocate, buy property, go into real estate, things like that. And you may have found it really difficult to find anything that suits you and your style as well as your budget. But that will change. I definitely see that things are fluctuating, and you will move some money about and you'll realize, actually, you can do it. There is a property coming up. If you're looking for a property, I see you getting some good advice regarding perhaps regarding mortgages and things like that. I mean, if you're lucky enough to buy it outright, then, congratulations. You must be doing something incredible in this life. So well done. You should be really proud of yourself. And even if you can't afford it outright, you still should be very, very proud of yourself, because you're in a position to be able to move forward on that as well. And I see your plans working to either get, a repayment plan up and running. It will take you, of course, some time to pay that off, but I see you're in a really good position to manage that. And I feel like you're being very strict with your budget. You're being very clever with your budget. And I feel you're going to be able to manage your money to make it work for you, and it's going to be a win. I feel like you're going to be very, very comfortable there, okay? Now, for those of you who want to sell your property, I do see that there are lots of people interested in your property, but what I see here is that you will still have a bit of a wait, okay? I feel like people are very cautious right now about buying, is what I see. I mean, I don't know if that's true. I'm not in the market for looking for a property, but it's coming up in the energy, so I must mention it. I feel like you will wait a little bit longer, but there is someone who's going to be interested. Now, what I see here, and please don't shoot the messenger. I hate delivering this message, but I got to give it to you straight. I can't lie to you, okay? If you're trying to sell your property, I do feel like there's one person who's going to be interested, and you're going to be so excited. It's like, yeah, it's going to be a sale. I feel like that falls through for some reason. So don't get your hopes up, but there is another person who comes straight after that and actually purchases the property. Now, you may have already just gone through that, but I actually see that the first time it doesn't quite go through. So it could be the same person who just returns with like a new mortgage provider or something like that, and then it goes through. But I see there's a little bump in the road if you're selling, okay? So just watch out for that. Now, of course, that's not going to resonate for everyone, but some of you may be waiting for the market to fluctuate so that you can afford something, and it will, and it does. So I do see you being able to purchase something. Now, with the Wheel of Fortune, there is some really good luck headed in your direction, okay? Yes, you've struggled, but you're being sent an opportunity, some good fortune headed your way. Now, this indicates that whatever you've been working really hard for, there's a lucky break, but you should be proud of yourself because you did this all by yourself. So whatever project this is, whatever intention this is that you've been working towards or that you've set, it will work in your favor, and it's going to be worth the payoff. That's what I feel. The hard work is going to be worth the payoff. For some of you, you may have been working really hard in a particular environment, and you may feel there's a lot of gossip or a lot of low morale in this particular environment. And you may feel like you've hit a glass ceiling, and that something you used to enjoy, it's just become a task. It's become mundane. It's become boring. But at the same time, it's the people. You may feel that people are not working together, or you may feel that there's office politics or sloppy work because people don't care. There's no team support, and you may feel that you're going to take your talents and your gifts elsewhere where people appreciate them. And I definitely see an opportunity coming on in for you that will put you in a very high position, more status, more money, and more in control with more responsibility. So if that's the case, I mean, if you've put your resume out there already, I definitely see that you'll be picked up in no time for a new position. So hold true to your beliefs and to your confidence. If you've lost your job before you came to this reading, I actually see that you won't have to wait long or much longer for a position to come on in. Fate is intervening for you to bring you something better. Now, because we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Wands, I have to bring in another card just to see what's going on there, because the Fool card and the Wheel of Fortune, they are risky energies, okay? So there's something here that perhaps you're trying to set up. It could be your own business, it could be an entrepreneurship, or some of you, you may have been out of the working sector for a while and be re-entering. You may have taken some time off to raise children, or you may have gone to retirement and you're thinking about ways to bring in more money. Now, I don't see you going back to heavy lifting job. I actually see you doing something more creative here with that Three of Pentacles, and using your creative skills, your talent, to bring in a little bit more finances. I feel like your skills will be celebrated. So if you're retired, it may be in the form of art, or they're just showing me like cake making as well. So you might be a caterer who just loves, baking, and could also be writing a book or a screenplay. Definitely creative talents. Now we got the Lovers card here. Now, some of you, because we got the Lovers card here, the Lovers card at grassroots indicates you having a choice in some area of your life. And you may be trying to weigh up a decision that you're wondering. It's almost like you're examining your motives and values and contemplating which path to take. And the Lovers card is literally like the law of attraction, you attracting your heart's desire. And something you've been working really hard for, it's been a bit of a struggle. And you may be thinking about releasing yourself from that. It's almost like you are clearing something away for a new beginning. Well, the universe steps in. It's not quite over in that area. It's almost like don't give up too soon on something that perhaps has not been working for you, because the universe is about to send you a surprise. The thing that you desire with your heart is actually vibing at a frequency with you just as we move through that solar eclipse, and you're going to attract it. Okay. Also, with the Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers card, if you are looking for love, if you just become single, especially since we got the Fool card, you're starting again. Some of you may be picking up the courage after a long period of time to get back into the dating game. I definitely see that you're trying to sort through some baggage in order to open yourself up to new love. Remember, the new person is not going to treat you in the same way as past experiences. So open yourself with a beautiful open heart and enjoy the level of intimacy that you will experience with a new person. There's definitely an opportunity for love coming on in here. They're indicating keep your eyes peeled, because when you've got a Five of Cups there, it really indicates, yes, there may have been something in the past that did not go the way you'd hoped for. You may have envisaged a life very different to the one that you have right now, but that doesn't mean that there isn't better to come. As you can see in the Five of Cups, there is two cups waiting to be discovered. This person here hasn't even realize that there are two cups behind them. The universe has laid them down saying, yes, we know you were disappointed in that situation, but we could see far into the future, and we could see that that situation that you wanted, it wasn't right for you. There were aspects that were hidden from you that you were not even aware of. So we've removed that situation from your life so that we could give you better, because you deserve better. So enjoy the better when you discover it. It is coming, so don't lose faith, especially since you've got the Star in this position. It indicates some of you, your faith may have been tested recently, and you may be wondering, what's it all about, or are things ever going to change? For some of you, you may have already booked travel and you're waiting to take it. But if not, your third house really will connect you to wanting to book a quick trip away. As I said, it's going to be quite rewarding. Also, I just want to connect to, if you're looking for love, I see you meeting this person in a group setting where you learn something. Okay, where you learn something. I mean, it could literally be that you're in a bar with friends and someone tells you a fact. It's so bizarre. They're just giving me, because when I was channeling the energy for the solar eclipse for this reading, my guides were like, look into spiders and what they do over the solar eclipse. So then I was looking and I was like, wow, I would never have discovered that fact if my guides hadn't given me a nudge. But they're indicating that even the smallest of knowledge is important knowledge, because it helps you in other areas of your life. It helps you believe in the otherworldly energy that surround us all the time. There are signs and symbols present every day, but we may miss them. Okay, so they're indicating, if you are looking for love, a group setting, even if it's a community event, something at your local community or your local center where you belief, the house of beliefs that you celebrate your beliefs, it could be there. It can be also, at a hobby that you do, and someone gives you a fact. But it could also literally be a course of learning. So I see you meeting someone in a place where you learn something. Okay. And it will be something long-term. It is a high-level commitment. It's your soulmate, basically. The Lover's card came out to tell you that. Now, for those of you who are already in a relationship, I feel... I just want you to be aware. We've got Three of Pentacles and Three of Cups here. It's in the resistance position. So I don't see any third-party situation. If they were in different positions, then I'd say, okay, there may be, someone trying to interfere in your relationship, but I'm not seeing that. Okay, so I just want you to be aware. There may have been some difficulties in a relationship, but I feel you both need to rediscover the spark, the romance, bring the romance back in. Sometimes life can chip away at our spirit. Things like, oh, do we have enough money to pay the bills this month? Can we feed the children? Can we work out a schedule where we both take it in turns to pick up the children, or to, have a date night, or, not work so hard, or, there's a lot of aspects that go into having a long-term relationship. It is work, and the right relationship, of course, it feels easier than the wrong one, that's for sure. But if you've been struggling recently, or you and your person have just been feeling a little bit like, I don't know, you're just on autopilot, there is an opportunity for you both to come together in union and rediscover parts of yourself that you've forgotten about, or realize why you fell in love with each other in the first place. So I feel you both bring that spark back into the relationship. Some of you may even renew your vows after the solar eclipse. And if you're in a high-level commitment relationship already, I definitely see some of you may even celebrate your partner popping the question. So I'll leave it like that. Now, we've got the Star in the resistance position. So I'm getting this sense that some of you have been feeling that either despair or confusion, or just like the world is a little bit upside down and topsy-turvy right now. There may have been moments where you have allowed negativity to infiltrate your thoughts or overcome your emotions. I know recently, and this is just, on a personal level here, as we move through and get closer to that solar eclipse, anger and snappiness kind of tends to build, right? Because it is actually influenced by Aries and Scorpio energy. Aries being, of course, because the new moon is in Aries, and of course we got the alignment with Pluto, so that's Scorpio. So that's a very intense energy, and it can make you feel a little bit more pressurized than usual. So if you've been feeling like I've been feeling a little bit more snappy than usual, and that's not my usual state. Sometimes I've been a little bit short, and I've been catching myself doing it. So I feel if that's what you've been going through right now, it will pass, but you will notice it. And it's important to notice it because, then you can't do anything about it if you can't notice it. But the star energy indicates a lot of you trying to find the positive in life, trying to embrace new ideas and growth. This will be a strong period where there is personal growth, and any confusion, you will find clarity on answers that you seek, and you will find a solution to anything that you've been wrestling with. When you get this card, also, this is your card, my beautiful Aquarians. This is an Aquarius card here. I feel the stars are aligning to bring you a wish, a desire, okay? And you will step into a spotlight of some sort and gain recognition, especially if you're in the working environment or you're in a team environment. You stand out from the crowd, but you may have been feeling a little bit left out or undervalued or underestimated in some group setting. Now, this could be within your family unit. It could be within your friendship circle. You may have been feeling, nobody ever replies to my messages on the group chat, or you're just feeling a little bit left out and feeling a bit sensitive about the situation. I feel like you are taking a step back in order to show people that you're not always there to placate their needs. I see you stepping back and allowing them to come towards you, or allowing them to miss you. You're not playing a game. I definitely see that it's a protective energy, because I feel like you've been doing a lot of the heavy lifting. You've been doing a lot of the overgiving and the overextending your love, your care, your devotion, and your advice. And I feel you're just taking a little bit of a step back. For those of you who are, for those of you who are feeling that you're undervalued or undermined at work, I feel the powers that be, or the people who are in a position of power, they actually are noticing your hard work, and they're just waiting for the right opportunity. There's something about tax year. I don't understand what that would be for a company, but maybe they're waiting for a particular tax year to tip over, where they can offer you a bonus, a raise, or some sort of promotion. Okay, so it is in the works. Don't despair. They're noticing your hard work and they want to elevate you, so you will gain some sort of recognition. Now, some of you may go through an appraisal at your working environment. It's going to be a really great appraisal, okay? But they may give you a project that you have to do on your own. I feel like they're testing you in some way just to see if you're capable of taking the promotion or some sort of leadership position where you step into more status as well as more money, okay? And if you have been promised or offered a promotion in the past and it didn't go through, I feel this time round it's coming through for you, and it's going to be very, very lucrative as well. Now, let's move away from career. For those of you who are retired, or for those of you who are just wishing for something to change or something new, there's definitely a new chapter here for you. I feel like there is harvest time for you. The star energy sees you really connecting to nurturing yourself in a more healthier way, self-love, but identifying areas where you feel that something isn't working for you. Now, that could be food, a food substance that isn't working for you or is creating some sort of reaction, makes you feel bloated, lethargic, and you'll be cutting that out. For those of you who are trying to identify a health issue, it will be identified just after the solar eclipse, or it could be just before, but I feel more it's just after the solar eclipse. But the star indication is like you're going to have lots of new ideas. You're going to be very fertile in your mind. Suddenly, you're going to be in a very productive mode of doing, very creative. And the star often indicates that whilst things are difficult right now, there is a brighter and better future to look forward to. So your future self will thank you for all the sacrifices that you've been making right now in the present, because whatever it is you're working towards, whether it's a project or a career move, or whether it's you wanting to open yourself up to love, you're doing some personal growth, some heavy lifting spiritually and physically in life, and it's going to lead you to the reward that you seek in general. Now, we've also got the Three of Pentacles. So some of you, as I said, whether you're in a team setting or you're in a group setting, you may have felt like you're on the outside looking in, but I feel some of you haven't been getting out as much, and I feel these people, especially your friends, your friendship circles and your family, they really value you. And I feel they're going to show you their appreciation for you and how much they've missed being in contact with you if you haven't been in contact for a while. Now, the Three of Pentacles well, I'm getting a couple of energies here. One is you are so talented and gifted at what you do. Whatever project you put your hands to, you're really good at it. Even if you're starting something new or learning something new, you're just naturally good at picking stuff up really quickly, and you're going to run with it. It's going to be very successful. Some of you may enter into a collaboration of sorts, and I definitely see some sort of... I see you rising above the rest. So if there is anyone who is trying to derail you, or you feel has not been working as a team member, or you feel that there is a bit of a clique, it's because they feel threatened by your energy, and they feel that you're capable of doing their job as well as yours twice over, and they just don't have the skills to multitask like you do. So they feel, you know, I don't know, there's just this hesitancy to connect. That's what I'm picking up on here. Now, some of you may be feeling personally around the house that there hasn't been any support recently for either a dream that you've got, or they don't understand what it is you're trying to achieve. That's okay. Sometimes people are not meant to understand what you want to do. You're taking a journey that they're either not capable of, or that they're afraid for you. They could be, because I get this sense that they will celebrate you when you win, because you are going to win, you're going to succeed, whatever this is. But they may be a little bit anxious for you because they don't want to see you disappointed in some area of your life. So I feel sometimes people don't understand because they're afraid. You know, and it works the same way. When people are afraid and they don't understand, they, you know, become very strict or harsh or demanding. They have expectations upon you. They want to put you into a little box. And my beautiful Aquarians, you are very unique. You are very original in your energy, and you always think outside the box. So don't allow anyone's expectations to dull your shine, because I definitely see here that there's someone, and I feel like you know who this person is. There's someone here who every time you do something amazing, they're like, oh yeah, that's really great. But their face tells a different story. Like they wish it was them, or they're not just 100% happy for you. And I can't quite place this person, but it's someone in a group. Okay, so just be mindful of that person. They don't wish you unwell. I don't see anything negative with this person, but your wins highlight their failures or their inadequacy in some area of their life. So they're just projecting. So just watch out for that person. Okay. Now we do have a Three of Cups. It's in the resistance position, which tells me that you are due to get out there and have fun. Okay. So if you are looking for love and you haven't got yourself on online dating, then it's going to be very difficult for the universe to open you up to love. So, you know, that love is not going to just fly through your window and join you on your sofa. As much as we, you know, all loved that in the past, like, oh, dear universe, could you please bring me that person, the person of my dreams, and yet you're not getting outside the house. Of course, if you're going on online dating or those apps and things, then you've got a higher potential to meet that person, and the universe will connect you. But I actually see you meeting someone in real time, in the flesh, in a group setting. So, you know, if there's a hobby out there, get out there, engage is what they're giving me. They give me the word engage. Now, what I do see here is on a personal level, there is some great news headed in your direction. The Three of Cups is a card of celebration. So I definitely see people coming together to celebrate something that you have worked really hard on, something that has been a real dream for you. There's a win coming on in for you just after the solar eclipse. You're going to be so proud of yourself. Allow yourself that moment to really revel in your greatness, because you are. Sometimes we just forget about how much we accomplish in life. You know, we're just doing life, trying our best, trying to pay the bills, trying to, you know, keep a job, trying to keep up with, you know, everything going on in the world, society. You know, you're just trying to do life, and you're doing a really good job. Your guides want you to be aware that you're on the right track and you're making the right decisions for yourself. So trust in your vision and trust in your inner compass. Now, also with the Three of Cups there, I mean, it actually means good luck to have this card, but it can also mean sharing resources or sharing a win in some way is what I'm picking up here. But I also feel that there are some people talking about you behind your back. So if you've gone for an interview, for example, you know, these people that you interviewed with, they're talking behind your back. They're really elevating you above the other candidates. And I feel that you will celebrate some good news there. For some of you, if you're trying to relocate, you're trying to move abroad, or you're even just going through, well, this is the biggest, most important path of all. You know, you're going through a personal journey with baggage from the past, and you're trying to release those things that you don't want to really revisit, but you also don't want them to have control over your next steps in life or over your emotions. If you're trying to release things on a personal level, I definitely see you doing that, and I see you being more in control of your emotions and more in control of your thoughts, and learning a lot and letting the disappointment of the past or the disappointment of experiences that you've had that have left you feeling let down by life or by people. I see you being empowered by this and moving forward, knowing that your past narrative no longer has control over you. So I see on a personal development level, it's going to be a very powerful time for you, in particular, my beautiful Aquarians. Now, of course, we've all gone through different experiences. Some have been very traumatic, some have been less traumatic. Depends on your personal circumstances. But with the 10 of Wands, it tells me that you have been through a lot and you're releasing it. You're letting it go and you're letting it flow. And it's not been easy for you to be able to do that. You may be getting some closure over this period on something that has haunted you for a long time. But moving forward, you're leaving it behind and you're stronger because of it. Okay. Now we do have the Hermit energy here. So some of you may feel like withdrawing just after the solar eclipse. I do feel like there is a need to get out there and have fun and be sociable. So if you are withdrawing, I wouldn't withdraw for too long, okay? Because they're just giving me an energy of sadness sometimes. I mean, I take long periods of oh my gosh, I can't even think of the word. I want to say, it's not, I actually know what I want to say, but they keep giving me the word solidarity, and that's not, I want to say solitary, but they want to give me the word solidarity. So I feel in solitary energy, they are standing with you in solidarity. I'm not sure why they want to keep giving me that word. So maybe you're reading a passage in a book right now and that's the word, because I pick up on energy. So you may be reading something and, you know, even like a couple of weeks ago, my friend was reading a magazine and I just literally said, oh my gosh, this word. And I said the word that was there. She said, oh my gosh, I just read that in a magazine. I'm just literally reading it. Get out of my head. But sometimes I can't help it. You know, the energy just pops in and I just say it. So maybe the word you were reading was solidarity. So I'm just going to move on from that energy that's very precise. They're actually showing me that you're going to find a perfect white feather in the most unusual of places, okay? And this is a message from your ancestor, someone who's passed, to let you know that they are present with you and they are helping you through any hardship or any struggle, okay? Sorry, I'm just feeling the level of emotion that goes with that. So I'm just going to ground myself a little bit so I can continue the reading for you, because it is an overwhelming sense. So know that you're not alone in that situation, but you're going to find the most perfect white feather that lets you know that you got this. Now this feather could show up in your shoe, it could show up in a sock, in a drawer, it could show up like under your sofa, it'll show up in some place that it shouldn't be. Now, for example, if you're walking down the street and there's no birds around and you see a single white feather, then it could be that. But of course, if you're like in the park where there are going to be lots of birds, you know, there's more potential of you seeing a white feather there. They're showing me it's a very precise white feather that you're going to find in a very unusual place. You're going to be like, how did that get there? So yeah, perfect white feather. And you're going to find that before the end of April. Okay, it's gone super cold here, so it's a very important message that they want me to give you. It may even go very cold when you first find that feather as well. Okay. Now, the Hermit, of course, is a card of introspection. And because it just knocked this wonderful stone here, which is actually for psychic development. So is a very unique tourmaline that will help with development and protection. Some of you may be enhancing your spiritual gifts during this time, but as you can see, it's like hibernation mode. So you will really feel things slow down for a Taurus season for you, but you may be in a very intense period of introspection and gaining knowledge. All the answers you seek are actually within you. So pay close attention to your heart. There are lots of messages that you hold within you. You are an old soul, and there are lots of pearls of wisdom that came with you to this life. You have a knowingness about you. Even when you were a child, you had a knowingness. Step into that power and trust your instincts. You are on point, okay? Now, some of you may be reflecting with your inner compass about your direction or your true life's purpose. You will gain a lot of answers over this solar eclipse, especially when it comes to spiritual development or your spiritual path. The Hierophant represents learning, of course, traditions. So you may even catch yourself doing something that perhaps your parents or your guardians or your grandparents used to do. They stand by you during that period, especially, I mean, the ancestors, someone who's passed stands by you as you do something. It's like something's been passed on, something that you traditionally would do. They're with you in that moment. So someone who has passed on is with you in that. Now, I'm just going to move on from that. Because I haven't talked financially at the moment, your financial... Some of you may be financially, worried about certain things that are happening around the world, and you may feel a little bit overwhelmed by all the information there is about what to do with your finances and how things are going. And I feel some of you will discover either a video or a mentor who will help you understand financial things a little bit more. And I see actually you're being very strict with your budget, and with the Two of Wands there, I actually feel that you're at the planning stages of something and you want to see it through to the end. You will see results. You may be wondering if you're on the right track. Financially, you are on the right track. You're putting yourself in a very good position financially is what I see. But you may be looking at some of the spending that you did last month, and you may be a little bit like, oh, I spent too much last month, okay? Don't beat yourself up about that, because, you spent it, but the Five of Cups basically means whatever you lost out on, it will be replenished. So I want you to be aware that all is not lost, okay? There indicates that there is like a turning point. You're turning a page, and it's going to be a very, very positive one. It's not as bad as it seems, is what I'm picking up on. Now, we've got the Emperor there. So this is about leadership. So this is about you stepping into your power, but it's more than that. It's you actually influencing a situation to make it the way you want it to turn out. It is you planning for the future. It is you being very strategic. Also, I feel you're commanding respect in all areas of your life. So if anyone has been undervaluing you, this is a period where you readdress the balance and you're commanding respect. And it's not by raising your voice, or it's not by, being angry. It's actually about being you and trusting in your inner power. There's something that comes over a person when they're really grounded and they trust in themselves. They just have a knowingness about themselves. They command. So just have confidence in yourself. I know it's easier said than done, but I do feel this solar eclipse will open you up to a deeper level of confidence, deeper than you've ever had before, okay? Now with the Emperor there, some of you are going to step into a leadership position. There's definitely a promotion available to you because you have a lot of knowledge, and not just the knowledge that you've learnt. You've come with natural knowledge, and you're actually someone who is a very bold leader and really good at what you do, as well as very diplomatic. Some of you are already an entrepreneur, and I feel you may take some time out, maybe just a little vacation, a little time away. Business will be on your mind, okay? Probably because it's your business and you care so much about what you do. When you own your own business, it's like you're working 24/7. Sometimes people say, oh yeah, set up your own business. You can be in control. You can be free of having a boss, no one to, govern you. And you're like, okay, yeah, the 9 to 5 seems a little bit don't really want to do it. Let me set up my own business. And then suddenly you're not working 9 to 5 anymore. You're working 24/7, but you love what you do. And that's important. So I do feel that even when you do take a vacation, you will have your business on your mind. But actually, I feel like you formulate new plans and ideas. So when you come back from your vacation, a little bit more energy, vitality, and excitement, and really excited to move forward on something, that break was really what you needed to refresh your ideas and see things from new perspectives. Now, we've got the Two of Wands here, so I do see you questioning, are you on the right path? Some of you may be wondering, but this indicates that although you're envisaging something new and you may be wanting to move forward on that, you are making progress. Things are not stagnant. There are things working behind the scenes for you, and your passion will actually attract the perfect situation for you. You're actually aligning with the universe for what your heart desires and what you need in life. So I do feel like you may feel a little bit restless if you're planning something you want or you're expecting to get ahead on it. You may be yearning for something, but it's showing up for you, okay? The wish will be delivered. And the Two of Wands also indicates that we have the whole world in our hands, okay? And you may not see the things that you're working towards. You may not see the results just yet, but the rewards are coming. I would say don't limit yourself or don't restrict yourself and feel that things are not working for you. They are working for you, but unfortunately it's in divine timing. And when all the ingredients are right, everything starts to slot into place. And you will see evidence of that as we move past the solar eclipse. Now we do have the Hierophant here, so deeper spiritual practices during this time, but this is a call to have faith, okay? This is a call to have faith. Trust in the process they just gave me. Okay, thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. They give me a song right now. It really does not go with this card. Okay. Anything you can do, I can do better. Okay, that's all they've given me. They haven't given me the rest of it. I do know that song. I think was it Irving Berlin who actually penned that song? The voice that I've got singing it actually sounds like Frank Sinatra. So I don't know if Frank Sinatra sang that song. He may well have done. I feel like it was in a musical, because I feel like it's really like this big thing. But I can't really place the musical. So I'm going to move past the musical energy that I'm getting of it. I mean, some of you may be performers or, actors, performers who get like an audition or a casting or whatever you call it for a musical. Maybe it's that musical. I'm not really sure. Maybe that is your choice of song for an audition if you're a singer, for a specific genre of singing, of course. Of course, if you're in a rock band, you're never going to sing that song, right? Unless you've got a rock version of it. But I feel if that's you, you're going to be very successful at it. The energy that I've got coming from that song is, especially with this, you may learn about someone who sees you as competition or a threat. Anything you can do, I can do better. It's almost like they're competing against you, or you may feel like you're competing against somebody who doesn't support your vision. That's what I got coming out. Well, let me just put it this way. If anything has been created in the world, it can be created again. So anything that you set your mind to, my beautiful Aquarians, you can do it. You will make it happen. It's going to be successful. And some of you may actually take a course of learning, because this card really connects to finding a teacher or a guru, or perhaps some of you are stepping into a teaching position where you can teach others how to do what you do, because you've got that special something that other people just don't have. You've got that talent, that drive. The Hierophant also can indicate that if you're in a relationship, long-term relationship, and you're waiting to get married to that person, you may have felt very frustrated that things haven't moved along, but they will head in that direction. So this is the card of marriage or contracts in life, karmic contracts. So I do feel that you will commit on a deeper level. Some of you may actually get a contract in business as well. I would say if you are connecting to any sort of contracts in life, whether it's buying a house, property, or even a purchase or a hire purchase where you pay monthly, I would check all your contracts. Make sure there's something here about checking it with a third party. Okay, so if someone gives you some advice and you're like, that's good advice, but it seems too good to be true, maybe check it with somebody else just in case. That's what I'm picking up there. They're not giving me what it pertains to, but I would just get a second opinion. They're just giving me get a second opinion energy on something, because the first opinion, you'll be like, oh, I'm glad I didn't go with that. That's the first opinion. You're like, oh, that was bad advice. And then it wasn't that it was awful advice, but I feel it's advice that perhaps you don't really want. The second advice is like, that's what I want to hear. That's the way I want to go. So I feel that's happening there as well. Okay. Over the solar eclipse, you're going to feel a little bit more compelled to connect to your spiritual gifts as well as to your source, whatever source you celebrate. So you may find that you're going to do a little bit more meditation or deeper meditation than before. And of course, if you pray as part of your belief system, then I feel like you'll be doing a lot of that as well over this solar eclipse. And you're going to get a lot of divine intervention insights, things like numerical synchronicities, signs. For example, if you're like, dear universe, show me a sign that I'm meant to move to this particular area. And then suddenly, everywhere you go, on a van that drives past, you see the name of the area, or on a billboard, you see the name of the area. The universe is saying, this is a go, 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 go. This is great area, go for it. So you'll see the name of the thing that you want to connect to. Now, we're leaving on a 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups, especially when you're interviewing for a job, it basically says, do not pay attention to what you conceive or perceive as your weaknesses, because other people are not looking at those. They're looking at their own, okay? Just believe in your wonderful talent. 5 of Cups also indicates if you've been going through a grieving process, allow those emotions to flow. Allow the healing process to take its natural form, because there is a brighter future to look forward to. And whilst right now you're in the midst of things and you can't see that, many years ago, I went through some horrific things that, if I could go back in time, I really honestly, whilst they were very difficult, I wouldn't change a thing, because they taught me so much about compassion, about, people, about life. They just taught me lessons, and I just wouldn't eradicate it, even though it was painful. So, and people did say to me at the time, oh, this will pass and things get better and you'll find this and you'll find that. And at the time I was like, no, stop saying that. Stop it. You're just almost like trying to erase my pain. I'm feeling this right now. I can't think about, oh, in the future it's going to be amazing, because I can't see that. Right now I'm in this. So I didn't understand or appreciate it. And you too, if you're going through something very difficult, you won't understand or appreciate it. On the other side, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm sending you huge hugs right now and so much love. Whatever it is you're going through, it does get better, but you will be changed because of it. Okay? So there will be change. But don't let anybody try to undervalue your grieving process if you're going through some sort of grief. Sometimes people just don't know how to approach it. They don't know how to say anything other than, oh, it will get better, because they want to offer you something to make you feel better, because human nature is, how can I fix it? Let me fix it. And sometimes it's like, I don't need fixing. I just need someone to understand and listen. Okay, so I'm really picking that up in your energy, and I'm sending you a huge hug out there. Also, the 5 of Cups indicates if something hasn't gone in your favor, there is something better to replace it. Okay, so whether you feel like you lost out on something, remember, what is meant for you will never pass you by. The 5 of Cups is a reminder that whilst you're busy thinking about the thing that didn't go the way you'd hoped for, the universe is quietly ushering in something even better than before. If you measure the cups are even bigger than the ones that are spilt. So something has dissatisfied you. Something has made you feel very frustrated. You've learned a lesson from it, but taking it forward, the universe is actually rewarding you, and there's celebration, there's success here, and there is power. I feel like you're in a very powerful position to move forward, okay? Now, they're also, bizarrely, showing me a watermelon. So either you've just sat down to this part of the reading and had some watermelon, or they're giving me, watermelon represents something coming to fruition in your life, success. Oh, wow. We've even got cutlery. So if you are literally cutting up watermelon or you're eating something, we've got the cutlery there. Yeah, they're indicating something that you've been sacrificing or working hard towards now in the present and in the past will lead to a very rewarding future. They're showing me success is not too far away. Okay, so that's what they're showing me here. Okay, they want me to go one more. Personally, I would have stopped there, but they are asking me to go one more, so I will. Okay, probably because we do have the Hierophant for contracts and commitments. First, though, we have cutlery. So this is like business tools or needing more money, living well, food related, sole provider, more work. Okay, so we definitely picked up on some of those energies, food related things, but also, you know, more work coming in or more responsibility coming on in that will increase finances. You will be living well. And if you do need more money, there is more coming on in for you. We've got heart. Okay, the heart space, emotional spending, joint finances, being supported, of course, by the universe. We've got counselor, guide, having a job you love. So again, that's definitely come up there, following your heart and doing something that you love and cutting out anything that perhaps makes you feel low energy. We've also got ring. I mean, some of you may restructure the way you do something. You're cutting out something that you really don't enjoy, or just makes you feel like, oh, what a chore. I don't want to do that. It takes up too much of my time. So you may restructure some area of your life. We've got financial commitments, long-term investments, partnership, working together, fulfilling career. So very, very positive. You know, I think I did say that for those of you in a long-term relationship, you may actually have someone pop the question. Please act surprised. I know I said it here. I probably shouldn't say it, but you know, I do see them popping the question. But yeah, everything's starting to slot into place, and I feel like the divine contracts that you're meant to be connected to will start to show up fully in your physical realm, and I feel that you will be in a very strong, powerful position of knowledge and wisdom to receive it. Now, we got 3 runes for you, which is so unusual. Everybody's been getting 2, but you've got 3. So let me just connect to this. One moment, please. Okay. So this is the rune of protection, I believe. That's the energy I'm getting. Let me have a look. Okay, yeah. So this is giant. This is the giant rune, and this is really about new action or some, you know, taking a new project on. It basically indicates protection in a situation, maybe a leap of faith that you're taking right now. Now, yeah, it can also represent advice, getting advice on something. So some of you may open yourself up to advice, whether it's like videos on YouTube about how to do something, or whether it is actually a practitioner in some area of your life, or taking on a tutor or teacher. I feel like there is something to learn here over the solar eclipse for you, or you're putting yourself on a course of learning. We have the ice rune there, which is static, so low energy. Cooling off period could also, if you've been going through a separation, that there is an opportunity to heal this and learn from something, open yourself up to new love as well. Now, when you get this rune as well, it does indicate privacy. So you may go off grid for a little while to work on something business related, especially since you've got the Emperor there. Or some of you, if, as I said, you're retired, you may go off grid just to recharge your batteries and really check in with your inner compass. And some of you may actually just go off on like a spiritual retreat, or to connect to your spiritual beliefs. So it's not like you're not wanting to speak to people, but you just don't want distractions. And this rune has been coming up for a lot of people, which is the hero rune. So being the hero of your own story. You get to write the chapter and the script the way you want to. This is about reaching your full potential. It's a very positive rune. Things coming to a positive conclusion, that you're actually seeing a lot of progress and improvements in your life. So This can also indicate, making endings and embracing new beginnings as well. So new jobs, new projects, new energy, new chapters that are really positive. You've got all the tools you need to follow your heart and achieve whatever it is you set out to do. Okay, so I will leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Also, I would say listen out for that song, because after you hear that song, there is definitely some good news that is coming your way regarding something that you've been waiting for such a long time, okay? And also, my guides are indicating there's 2 other cards that we haven't gone through yet, and that is Mars, okay? So thank you so much, I'm truly grateful. Just getting these in here at the end. We've got anger, competition, fighter, leader, force, ambition, impatience, conquest, war, courage, and willpower, as well as passion. Okay, now we definitely covered that leadership energy, taking the initiative to move forward. I really feel like you are a force to be reckoned with. Anything, as I said, that you've been working hard towards or you've been forging away that has been difficult, it will work in your favor because of your willpower. And I did pick up on some level of competition going on there as well. You will flush that out and you will rise above that competition. You are the better party there. And also we have Taurus. Okay, now of course we're moving into Taurus season, so it's going to be very, very lucrative for you, very abundant for you, a lot of prosperity. It says fertile, self-indulgent, sensuous, ripe, patient, possessive, rational, loyal, comforts, materialism, food, and earthy. So of course it's about grounding yourself. It's about reaping the rewards of your hard labor and things coming to fruition for you. Now, also just before I go, they're giving me, and I'm going to have to look this up. They're showing me an image of, that bull that you see in Wall Street? Okay, they're showing me that image right now. And they're also giving me the bull market. Now, I don't really know what I'm talking about when I say that. I'm going to have to look that up, see what that means. But it's coming through for a reason. So maybe someone knows something about that, or how it, maybe you walk past there, or you work in that environment. So please take it as it resonates. I do feel there are some positive experiences to come, but there may be some fluctuations where it's like there's a disappointment before there's a win. So I will leave it like that. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aquarians. Love and light.